Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Christelle Martinette here again, and I'm here for a reading for the month of July for all different signs individually, and a peek into the next 6-month period. I just wanted to explain how I was going to do that. For the month of July, I think it was in one of my, I think it was the solstice reading, I mentioned Michelangelo. I was talking about the VERA SIBILLA, and I said, in front of his statue, he said, "Speak, why don't you speak?" Well, I have the Michelangelo Tarot, and I'm going to use that for the month of July. Lovely deck, just a lovely deck. You'll see that and I'll show you the cards when I read them. And then I'll be using, and of course the VERA SIBILLA. What would life be without them? Upside down, of course. Now, I also have this, the way I do a mini tableau, grand tableau, mini grand tableau with using the Lenormand cards. This is the deck that I'm going to be using. It's called the Fairy Tale Lenormand deck, and this was purchased from a colleague of mine at the Secrets of the Universe.shop. And it's a lovely deck. It comes with a beautiful booklet. It's a huge booklet, actually, in a tin, and they're very lovely cards, as you can see, and I'll show you them. How am I going to do that? Well, for those of you who read the Lenormand cards, you know that there's 36 cards, and every position has a number, and every number means something. Every card means something. And when you mix the cards and put them out, it has a specific meaning when it falls on what we call that house. In the mini grand tableau, I cut out a different, I cut out 4 by 4. So I take the inner circle of the grand tableau, where there are houses ranging from the 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 26, 27, 28, 29. This is just for those who read that deck, and just to give you an idea. Now, every house has a meaning. For example, there is a house that speaks of surprises, and then a Lenormand card will be placed on top, and it will have a meaning. And of course, they're 4 by 4, and every row in every direction has a different meaning for me time-wise. So we'll be talking about obstacles, we'll be talking about decisions to be made, what your public life will be about, your work, your livelihood, endings, beginnings, surprises, and definite endings, communication, home life, nuisances, problems, decisions that must be made. The female influences, male influences, matters of communication, not only communication, and something hidden, more or less. This is what we'll be dealing with. And of course, in the 6 months. Now, before I go any further, let me finish. And just by saying thank you for being here, welcome new subscribers, and thank you to my old subscribers. Let's go into the reading. Hello, hello, Aquarius. It's your turn. Let me lower the volume and let's start. I'm going to have a first reading, like I said, for the month of July, and see what comes up with this Michelangelo deck. Aquarius for the month of July. What's in store for Aquarius for the month of July? Okay, nice energy, nice energy. Okay, let me show you the cards first of all. I have this lovely, the incoming card is the 4 of Wands. Then I have the Hierophant. On the other side, I have the Page of Cups. The King of Swords, the King of Cups, our focus card, the Page of Swords, the Six of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and what do I have here? What do I have here? The Strength card, ladies and gentlemen. The last card is the Strength card. Now, it seems that, Aquarius, for those of you who are involved with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Cancer, Scorpio, or why? I have a mind, and my mind is blank. The water signs, because I'm thinking of Aquarius, Cancer, Scorpio, and what is it? Pisces, of course. Now, for those of you who are involved with a Pisces person, man or woman, here there's going to be something that's happening that will bring it to the next level, something tangible, something that you can get your teeth into. Well, finally, a message. Finally, we're going forward. Finally, I know information about him. Okay? Now, also, I have these lovely 2 pages that I'm going to take a look at right early on, and that, of course, the Page of Cups does talk about spiritual messages coming to you, because it's on a par with the Hierophant. And however, there is your energy here, Aquarius. I see the King of Pentacles, the King of Swords here is the Aquarius energy, and I do see the Aquarius energy together with a water sign coming to terms with something, talking, speaking. Sort of a truth will emerge. And there may be travel for one of you, because the travel card is right in between the two. The Aquarius and the water sign, or the water energy, that could be the romantic energy, the emotional energy. Here is the Wheel of Fortune. I do see things moving, things are turning, and I see the water sign coming into his or her own. It seems as if they're more ready to face a confrontation, more ready to face and this could work out even in terms of business. You know, those of you who are partnered with or are working with a water sign, the communication will be open. The channels will be open. I'm going to take now a couple of Vera Sibilla cards on this Page of Cups. Yeah, on the Page of Cups. Well, it is, I'm not going to say the jury's still out. I have here the male lover, the amante could be a female, disgrazia, the disgrace, the disaster, and artista, the artist. I'm seeing here that you can, how can I say, you can expect a surprising element, an element of surprise. Something occurs that is of surprise to you. It may not be, and I have to take one step back, it may not be direct communication with this person in the month of July. Let's take a look later on at the 6-month projection. Let's go on and see what this Page of Swords has to tell us. Well, the Page of Swords here is here to say, the domestico, the house domestic, the gelosia card, jealousy, and gran consolazione, is to tell you that, you know, there are difficulties in the home. That is going to be the point of contention. That's going to be the bone of contention. That's going to be the bit of news that you will find out. You may find out from friends of friends, but there is going to be that element where, yes, I do find out from friends of friends. Many of you will find out from the horse's mouth. Okay, sorry to use that expression, but not to call anybody a horse. But there is something here that will put you in a position of saying, God damn, you know, that I knew that was happening. I knew that was happening. But on the one hand, you're happy because you found out. And on the other hand, you're a bit pissed off, a bit angry, because you think, oh God, it's going to be set back. You know, there's a setback. You're thinking of it as in terms of a setback. Please, Aquarius, do not, don't get your eye off the ball, because the element here is that you need to communicate. And if there is some form of communication, even by chance, a mistaken communication, that somebody that knows you both just slips and tells you something, that is to be thought of as positive. All right, now, one more, I'm going to take one more card here, a couple of more cards here on the Strength card. Yeah, the Strength card, the Strength. Here is Viaggio Trip, Deliranti, the delirious people, and the Militari, the military. There is this stop-go energy. There's tension between you and a water sign, or someone who acts as, there's a water sign, there's water energy there. There's a romantic energy, there's emotional energy. There's tension there because, and I have to say that in the month of July, it's not open communication, but you both want to be in the same place. You're not going in the same place. That is going to make you anxiety-ridden. I do hope this was of help to you, Aquarius, for the month of July. Let's now go to the projection of the next 6 months, July included, and see what the Lenormand can tell us. This is the fairy tale Lenormand, so like all fairy tales, I have possible positive and negative things happen. There are two males. There is a gentleman and there is like a prince, the gentleman, or a peasant. And there are two ladies, a lady which is a princess and a lady who is a peasant. And then we'll see how that comes out. I've already mixed these cards. I'm going to lay them out and show you before I read them. Wow. Wow. Okay, let me show you. The incoming card is the gentleman peasant, the clover, the fox, the garden, the letter, the lady princess, the book, the bouquet, the cross, the dog, the coffin, the sun, the whip, the mice, the clouds, and the lady peasant. So there are two ladies here. Very, very interesting. Okay, right off the bat, I'm seeing that whether you are the male or the female in a partnership, or you have that role, right away I'm seeing that the male peasant and the female peasant mirror each other, the incoming card and the outgoing card. You are both on an equal level. There's both, you're both seeing things in the next 6 months that you have not seen before, but you're on the same wavelength. You're looking in the same direction. You're on the same perspective. Your feet are on the ground and you're looking in the same direction. What's interesting here is that even if this is a peasant, this is a very lucky peasant in terms of the work that is going to be developing in the 6 months. And this could be, you could be your partner. And it will also be positive. That work which has to do with the public will be having a positive development. You'll find out about that, whether it's you or if the other person, if it's the other person, you're going to find out about that. And that will fill you with joy. That will fill you with joy. It will show you, well, things are not as as bleak as I thought for that person. They're not as bleak as that I thought. Here I have an element of surprise being hidden from you. There's something that will occur in the next 6 months which will be surprising, and the surprise concerns a complete ending for someone or something. Ending for something that has to do with a relationship, a long-standing relationship may be ending. I don't feel that it's you, but I feel you'll find out about it. It could be the person you're involved in. And again, you know, I see the cross and the coffin sandwiching the dog here, and I'm seeing the definite end of a long-standing relationship. In Italian we say morte tua vita mea, your death my life, meaning that someone's relationship will end, but it will be a positive reflection on you. And there will be talk about the negative side to this breakup. But for you, it will only mean a transitory difficulty, transitory sadness. It's not going to affect you more than just a slight bit. It will make you feel as if you have your feet on the ground. You're finally going to see a reality that's different from the reality that you have been experiencing so far. Now, I'm going to look at the different houses and the different domains. For example, the first domain is endings and beginnings. Endings and beginnings. I see an ending and beginning having to do with the type of work either you or your significant other has and entertains, it develops. There's an ending to one way of doing things and a beginning to something new that is occurring in the stretch of the 6 months that ends the year 2017. And the surprises are only positive surprises for you, Aquarius. They're definite. Again, I'm seeing the ending having to do with work. There is one type of activity that is completely ending, and something, again, either for you or your significant other, but you may be studying. It may be the end of your studies and the beginning of a new opportunity for you. You may be doing one type of work or one line of work, and you're going to close that and strengthen another or develop another line of work that you have been dabbling in. It used to be a hobby, now it will become your mainstay. Also, the communications domain here. There's going to be a lot of communication. It will be public communication. You're going to be going to parties. Your significant other may be inviting you to parties. You will be part and parcel to the organization of parties. And what's interesting is that your social life will be taking on more importance in the next 6 months. Actually, you'll be out there. You're going to be going out much, much more with friends, with new friends, people that you meet. Now your work and your livelihood. This is a 6-month period where it has to do with you planting seeds, putting out your CV, contacting this person, the other person, a person who knows another person tells you that, and then you can. So there's a lot of seed planting in the next 6 months. And the domain of a sense of security has you, I see, I want to say wealth. I see wealth that's giving you a sense of security. You're not wanting for economic goods. You have a well-established foundation for you. At least if you don't see the dollar signs actually in the bank, your perspective will feel like you are grounded. You have a sense of security that you can lean on. Another area, the area of guidance, how you will be guided. You will be guided in the next 6 months, Aquarius, by an invisible force, like as if it were an invisible hand that's moving you along. Your intuition is going to become stronger and stronger, and you're going to learn to listen to that little voice much, much more. Areas of the domain of the house, the home, areas that the area of the home is an area where the greatest a surprise will come from, you know, your love. And it's uniting with the when I was talking about the surprises. And you see the house of the bouquet is inhabited by the clover, and the house of the clover, the house of the stork, is inhabited by the banquet. I see the bouquet, and this tells me that there is moving. Of course, you're moving to a place that you used to call your home. We could say that at one time in your life, but also it's a surprising move, because whereas you thought you would be going there, actually where you end up will be a surprise for you. Public life, that is going to undergo an extreme transformation. How you put yourself out there, who you are in public. If you were the party person in the past, you're going to be much more mature and laid back and in the shadows this time. But, you know, I did see that there was a lot of public interacting. And what I see here, though, is it completely transformed. What transforms is the way you act in a public light. Also, I have here the obstacles that I'm seeing for you concern the notion of trust. It will always be an obstacle for you. Who can I trust? Is that person my friend? That person used to be my friend, but what is... So that is going to bear that in mind. That will be a challenge for you. Also, matters of decision-taking, the decision-making. Here, in the next 6 months, you are definitely going to make one of the most important decisions of your life. And once that's made, you feel that that will begin, that moment will begin a new life for you. And that's what I'm seeing. Problems, nuisances, zero for you, Aquarius. In the next 6 months, you are under a lucky star. The sun is shining here for you. I'm also seeing, in terms of something hidden, this is something you're going to want to talk about over and over again. You may talk to your friends, well, you know, I don't see that person so clearly. You know, I thought this person was like this, but now this person is like that. What do you think? So this is going to be a topic of verbal discussion, just, you know, with your friends, in the company of your friends. And just to make yourself, you know, get your thoughts out there so you don't keep them in all the time. You're going to find that that's going to happen over and over again. This could also play out in terms of some form of therapy that you do concerning, you know, any difficulties that you may have. Now, matters of communication. Matters of communication, I did say there are no nuisances, no problems, and that is true. But there is the communication here, the mice in the house of the communication is uniting with the book, and that is also something hidden. There is, you always feel, Aquarius, that in the next 6 months, even if you're out there, even if you have messages coming from friends about somebody you're interested in, not, you know, even if that all happens, you always have the sense that you don't know everything, and it's eating at you. Now, it's a sensation. It could be a truth for you. It could be your truth. But remember, there is a shift that we can make. We just turn the channel, and we could pay less energy. We could spend less energy, you know, ruminating on something that is hidden. You know, we're not meant to know 100%. Even, you know, those of us who do this type of work, it's a very difficult thing for us to swallow, actually, especially if it's private. If I, you know, if I do my own reading, if I get a reading, you know, I could kick myself sometimes because I know that I don't know and know that I'm not supposed to know, but I want to know, you know, we're just humans. Now, the area that has to do with the animus, the male influence, the male that influences you, if you are partnered with a male or interested in a significant other who is a male, it's going to be transitory. The difficulties that you feel in relation to that person will be just transitory. So there will be issues that you just don't turn out right. There's something that's bugging you, but they will be short-lived. Remember that. Now, what's interesting here is this outgoing card, the female peasant, which is the anima, the female influence in your life. It's as if you have an interest, and it is a curiosity in playing a role that's different from the role that you normally play with a significant other because you want to favor communication with them. And I'll explain. I'll give you an example. Let's say that I come from a wealthy family and I'm in love with a person who does not, or who is currently having financial issues. Well then, you tend to want to adapt to that level, to that type of person, simply because you feel that you could communicate better. Now that was one example, but this could play out in many different ways. It could play out in terms of a business partnership, on the job, you wanting to be able to get close to the powers that be, somebody who's your supervisor, a mentor, or some such thing, that whereby you change your perspective, you change your way of acting so you can be show them that you're on the same level. Very, very interesting. I do hope this was of help to you, Aquarius. Do have a lovely month of July. Namaste, and until we read together again, bye-bye.